Occupation has got to go.
Parents and kids are taking note and they're watching, and also the kids who are in 11th grade and applying are watching. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens and how they kind of rectify the situation, because the things that we are seeing, and I know sometimes it can feel sensationalized, but they're happening and they have to stop. You can't be locking kids in a in a library, or like writing swastikas all over her school. Like those are actual crimes. Hi, my name is Jennifer Brozost. I run a company called PEAS, Private Education Advisory Service. We have been working with families for about 16 years. And my business partner and I started this to really help families find the best fit schools. This problem stems from the top of a university. That's where we start, because these kind of protests and hateful actions and violence would not be happening on college campuses if they were not allowed to be. I've spoken to a multitude of families, and I deal with this every day. It's being dealt with in many different ways. One of the ways that it's dealt with is kids are just taking schools off of their list. They're no longer applying. Another way that they're dealing with it, this October 7th happened while kids were really gearing up to early decision of college, which is really first choicing a college. And sometimes those colleges are a little bit of a reach for a student, but they really want to go there. So there's still some kids going to ED those schools that they might not feel the safest in, but now their list has grown and they're applying to a whole bunch of other schools, and they're going to wait and see. They are going to wait and see what happens. And the first time ever that I've heard this year, they might not honor their ED, which is a contract, by the way. And they really might not, because if they want a school, but the administration at these schools needs to step up, and these kids need to feel safe. Third thing that is happening, a lot of kids are taking gap years. They're saying, no, I'm not just waiting and seeing a couple of months. I want to see real change. And until that time happens, I'm not going to a certain school. Parents don't want to pay. It's very expensive to go to college. So they're going to do something very meaningful for the next year. And that, I think, is a good idea for many. They're also not looking at elite schools in the same way. It's not always about the name at this point. It's changing because of this. They're looking at elite as a place that they feel valued, respected. They can have a voice, that they feel that they're going to be protected and safe.
As a parent of four, my husband and I have four kids. We have two who are grown, they're in their 20s, and two school-age kids, a freshman in high school and a sixth grader. Our families were Black and we're Jewish, and the idea that I would send my 14-year-old to any university where he's going to knowingly encounter anti-Semitism or be targeted or be forced to stay behind locked doors in a cafeteria because there's a lynch mob outside targeting him, is abhorrent and ridiculous. It's completely reevaluated what we discuss as far as where he will be going to university, and obviously the same for my daughter, but she's only in sixth grade, so hopefully things will improve before then. If they don't, I'm not sending my child to college to be lynched. And it's the disheartening part is this isn't just students. What we're seeing is professors leading the calls, the discriminatory calls for more of the same. And I think that's not scholarship. That's not a learning environment that any parent expects their kids to go to. And it's not that I expect it to be perfect. We live in a world where there are racist people and there are bigots, and people will encounter them. But to see it institutionalized in systems of education is more than any parent or any student should put up with.
I don't think it's going to blow over quickly. No, I think there's just too much happening right now, and it's too many people are just up in arms one way or another. Of course, it'll fade over time, but I think these conversations have been started, and I think they need to continue. I think they're really important conversations and about anti-Semitism, but also about everyone, about feeling safe and valued, and really what education is supposed to be giving our kids. And what they have to do is really change the way that their bias really is right now, and they have to take a strong stand. Whatever the head person believes, whatever teachers believe, they have to take a stand that every student is valued, everyone. And I'm yes, we're talking about anti-Semitism right now, but I mean every student. There is no room in these institutions for hate speech, hate crimes in any way, and for every student not to feel safe.